Hello, children. Welcome you all to this session. Hope you are all doing good. In previous session, we saw what is subtraction and what is the symbol of subtraction, and we saw terms used in subtraction, that is minuend, subtrahend, and differences. And we saw the properties of subtraction. So, in this session, we will be seeing subtraction in detail. First, Madan is a farmer. He grows different varieties of vegetables on his farm. Every morning he goes to the market to sell them. On a particular day, he took 54 pumpkins, 87 potatoes, and 38 tomatoes to the market and sold 33 pumpkins, 45 potatoes, and 25 tomatoes. Madan has to calculate the number of vegetables left with them at the end of the day. Here they are saying that Madan is a farmer. He grows different varieties of vegetables in his farm. Every morning he takes them to the market to sell them. So on a particular day he took 54 pumpkins, 87 potatoes, and 38 tomatoes. And after selling 33 pumpkins and 45 potatoes and 25 tomatoes, we have to find how many vegetables are left with them now. Come, let us do it. Let us help them to find the number of vegetables left. First, let us see pumpkins. He took 54 pumpkins to the market and he sold 33 pumpkins. So, in one's place, we have 4 and 3. So, 4 in your mind, 4 in your mind, 3 in your finger. Before 4, 3, 2, 1. Then in tens place we have 5 and 3. 5 in your mind, 3 in your finger. Before 5, 4, 3, 2. So Madan has 21 pumpkins. Next let us move to potatoes. He took 87 potatoes and he sold 45 potatoes. Let us find how many potatoes are left with them. In ones place we have 7 and 5. 7 in your mind, 5 in your finger. Before 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then in tens place you have 8 and 4. 8 in your mind, 4 in your finger. Before 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So Madan has 42 potatoes. Then let us move to tomatoes. Madan took 38 tomatoes to the market and he sold 25 tomatoes. So let us find the remaining tomatoes. In one's place you have 8 and 5. 8 in your mind and 5 in your finger. Before 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. In tens place you have 3 and 2. 3 in your mind and 2 in your finger. Before 3, 2, and 1. So, Madan has 21 pumpkins, 42 potatoes, and 13 tomatoes after selling the vegetables which he took to the market. Next, subtract the following numbers. Here, you have three sums and let us subtract it. So, first we have 59 minus 7. So, here 59 is the minuend, 7 is the subtrahend, and we need to find the difference of 59 minus 7. In one's place you have 9 and 7. So bigger number, 9 in your mind, 7 in your finger. Before 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then 5. So here we don't have anything. So the 5 comes as it is. Next we have 85 minus 8. So if you see here, in one's place we have 5 and 8. But here 5 is lesser than 8. We cannot subtract 8 from 5. Then what we should do? We should regroup. That is, we should borrow from 8 tens. We will borrow from 8 tens. So after getting 10 ones from 8, is 8 becomes 7 and this 5 becomes 15. So 15 in your mind, 8 in your finger. Before 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 7 is the answer. Then in tens place we have 7 alone. So let us put 7 here. Next C, we have 71 minus 3. Same way in ones place if you see we have 1 and 3 and 1 is lesser than 3. So we cannot proceed further. So we need to borrow from the tens place. In tens place we have 7. So from 7 we are borrowing 10 ones. So after giving 10 ones, this 7 tens becomes 6. Then in ones place this 1 becomes 11. So 11 in your mind, 3 in your finger. Before 11, 10, 9 and 8. And in tens place we have 6 alone. So let us put 6. Next we have another set of subtraction. Come let us do. Here A we have 63 minus 55. So in ones place you have 3 and 5. Here again 3 is lesser than 5. Then what we should do? We need to borrow from the tens place. In tens place we have 6 tens. So from 6 tens if you borrow 10 ones, this 6 tens becomes 5 and in ones place we have 3. After borrowing from tens place this becomes as 13. So 13 in your mind, 5 in your finger. Before 13, 12, 11, 10, 9 and 8. Then in tens place you have 5 and 5. As we saw earlier in properties of subtraction, when you subtract two numbers, the answer is 0. Next, B sum. We have 79 minus 29. In ones place, we have 9 and 9. So, 9 minus 9, which is 0. In tens place, you have 7 and 2. So, 7 in your mind, 2 in your finger. Before 7, 6 and 5. So, the answer is 5050. Next, C sum. If you see here, we have 54 minus 38. In ones place, we have 4 and 8. So, 4 is lesser than 8. Then what we should do? We need to borrow it from the tens place. So, in tens place, we have 5 tens. So, from 5 tens, if we are borrowing 10 ones, this 5 tens becomes 4 tens. And in ones place, 4 becomes 14 after getting 10 ones from the tens place. So, in ones place we have 14 minus 8. So, 14 in your mind, 8 in your finger. Before 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 and 6 is the answer. In tens place we have 4 and 3. So 4 in your mind, 3 in your finger. Before 4, 3, 2 and 1. So 16 is the answer. D sum. We have 37 minus 19. In ones place if you see we have 7 and 9 whereas 7 is less than 9. So we need to borrow from which place? We need to borrow from the tens place. In tens place we have 3 tens. So from 3 tens if we borrow 10 ones this becomes as 2 tens and those 10 ones is been moved to the ones place as 17. So 7 becomes 17 after borrowing 10 ones from the tens place. So 17 minus 9. 17 in your mind, 9 in your finger. Before 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. 8 is the answer. In tens place you have 2 and 1. 2 in your mind and 1 in your finger. Before 2 it is 1. So the answer is 18. So while the if the minuend is lesser than the subtrahend, we need to borrow from the tens place as 10 ones and we need to proceed further. Come, let us do another set of sums. Subtract the following numbers, and here we have 3-digit number. Previously we had 2-digit number, and now we are going to do 3-digit subtraction. Yes, here we have 769 minus 638. In ones place we have 9 and 8. 9 in your mind, 8 in your finger. Before 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. 1 is the answer. In tens place you have 6 and 3. 6 in your mind, 3 in your finger. Before 6, 5, 4, 3. 3 is the answer. In hundreds place if you see we have 7 and 6. So 7 in your mind, 6 in your finger. Before 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. The answer is 131. Next, B sum. We have 347, 279. In ones place, we have 7 and 9. So, 7 is less than 9. So, what we should do? We need to borrow from the tens place. In tens place, you have 4 tens. So, when you borrow 10 ones from 4 tens, it becomes as 3 tens, and 7 in the ones place. After getting 10 ones from tens place, it becomes as 17. So 17 minus 9. 17 in your mind, 9 in your finger. Before 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9 and 8. Then the answer is 8. You see, in tens place we have 3 and 7, whereas 3 is lesser than 7. So we need to borrow from the hundreds place. In hundreds place we have 3 hundreds. From 3 hundreds we are going to get 10 tens. 10 tens means 100. So we are going to get 10 tens from the hundreds place, and 300 becomes 200 after giving 10 tens, and this 10 tens is being given to the tens place. How we have 13 in tens place, that is in tens place we have 13 and 7. 13 in your mind, 7 in your finger. Before 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 and 6. In hundreds place you have 2 and 2. When you subtract two same numbers, the answer is 0. So here the answer is 58. See, we have 593, 254. In ones place you have 3 and 4. So same way 3 is lesser than 4. You cannot do. So we need to borrow from the tens place. In tens place we have 9 tens. When we borrow 10 ones from 9 tens, we have 8 in the tens place. And after getting 10 ones from the 9 tens, this 3 in ones place becomes as 13. So 13 in your mind, 4 in your finger. Before 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Then in tens place you have 8 and 5. 8 in your mind, 5 in your finger. Before 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3. In hundreds place you have 5 and 2. 5 in your mind, 2 in your finger. Before 5, 4, 3. So the answer is 339. Next, D. We have 872, 583. In ones place you have 2 and 3. So 2 is lesser than 3. We cannot do. So we need to, yes, we need to borrow from the tens place. In tens place we have 7. So 7 tens. So if you borrow 10 ones from 7 tens, it becomes as 6 tens. After getting 10 ones from the 7 tens, 2 in the ones place becomes as 12. So 12 in your mind, 3 in your finger. Before 12, 11, 10, 9. Then in tens place you have 6 and 8. Again 6 is lesser than 8. Then we need to borrow from the hundreds place. In hundreds place we have 800. If we get 10 tens from the 800, it becomes as 700. In tens place, after getting 10 tens from hundreds, it becomes as 16 tens. So 16 in your mind, 8 in your finger. Before 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8. In hundreds place we have 7 and 5. 7 in your mind, 5 in your finger. Before 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 and 2. The answer is 289. Yes, children, in this session we saw subtraction and we saw subtraction with regrouping. We saw subtraction with regrouping in 2-digit numbers and 3-digit numbers. In next session, we will see how to check the answer in the subtraction and how to find the missing numbers in the subtraction. Until then, take care, stay safe and stay home. Thank you, children.